Amore! Heartbreak.
Damn, bruh. I mean, everything was going so well. I mean, the entire episode for Tokyo Ghoul was good. Until that ending. They gave us the read the manga ending. Why? I already know what happens in the manga because I've been spoiled. And the spoilers don't really hurt me. Like, the spoilers don't really... I don't know. There's just, like, certain things you don't really care if they're spoiled for you. Like Naruto or this. This is one of the things that I'm not really cared if I get spoiled on. But going on with the episode, man, that was good. And regardless of you people that will say it's bad, and purposely try to find things wrong with it, or hang on to the past, you know, the issues that it had before, think of this episode by itself. Don't judge the whole series. Stop judging this episode due to what happened in the previous two. They went back, they said what they did the last couple of episodes, they covered what they skipped. There were some problems. There weren't that many. Let me just go ahead and get to them. Number one, the only problem that I have for the main part was that there is some stuff that's left unexplained. And that's mainly, number one, how and why did Rize appear? Not necessarily the fact that she's there, but it doesn't really explain why she's there or how she's there. Is she just manifesting in Kandaki's head, his body, or what exactly happened? Because from what I've heard, spoiler for people that want to read the manga, she's still alive, but we don't really know how. So I'm guessing that this is just one of the things that come when they want you to read the manga. Number two, Jason's plans or intentions, I don't ever think were ever revealed. I don't ever remember them stating why he captured Kaneki, what he was really doing to Kaneki, what was the torture for, was he just doing it for the heck of it? Did they ever explain really why? Because I don't remember they did. I just don't. So, it's almost like Jason screwed himself over at the end because he knew that it's almost like you thought that he would be able to tell that Kaneki could take the pain. He already revealed that he could regenerate faster than most other ghouls could, and therefore, why would you even... when you saw the white hair, you might as well have just left. You should have just got out. But, you know what? I will say this. As an episode, I think that was good. We got the psychological feels that we felt throughout the first part of this series that felt so freaking good. I mean, the psychological, that's the thing that I really did like in this episode. The fact that they went back. It wasn't as good as the first or second episode, but it was somewhere in between, like, the second and the fourth, I guess I would say. Or not the fourth, but one of the ones from this previous... what was it, like, maybe 8 or 9? It was one of those episodes, but pretty good episode, I will say that. So, when we're going to, you know, get into some review stuff, there is some stuff that I want to bring up, and one of those is Kaneki's character, and how it just completely changed, and then they left us on the cliffhanger. The change in character is exactly what I was afraid of, not necessarily because it changes Kaneki as a person, but the fact that you would end as soon as you just gave us something to look forward to. And that's why I don't understand why they would end at 12 episodes other than to advertise for the manga, which has ended or is about to end. So advertising for the manga is pretty stupid. You might as well have just adapted the whole show. That would have been the smart thing to do. One thing that I do have a problem with, and I've been brought this, and like a lot of people have brought this up through Skype calls. How is it, Polar Bear Cafe, an anime made by Studio Period, go watch the first episode and torture yourself. How can that get 50 episodes, but Tokyo Ghoul can only get 11 or 12? Someone please explain that to me. I think the Tokyo Ghoul is a very good concept, and I like the manga. I have read the manga. It's so good. But when you do an adaptation like this, you have to blame it on the studio. The censoring, you don't know. It's like, why would you censor stuff to the point that we can't see what's going on? Censoring things just for censoring them is one thing, you know, just to where they censored out what had to be censored out. There's no reason to censor and like block off the whole screen, or block off like everything but like one corner of the screen. Completely defeats the point of it being an anime. Completely defeats the point. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, that's not the anime's fault. That's the TV, that's the TV station in Japan. That's also a problem with Funimation to an extent. But for the most part, like I said, I did like this episode. It was a good episode. I do like how we kind of got some more character development. I do think that it was a little too late to do it, but I don't think it was necessarily bad. I also liked, the torture explanation. Last episode, and I've actually read that part of the manga, it didn't make any sense why anything was going on. I actually had to ask people what happened. They told me what happened, how the centipede went through his ear and stuff. And then they covered that in this episode. And my problem is why don't you just do this episode last week and then have part of the episode from last week in this week's episode? You understand what I'm saying? Kind of like the advance from last week, from Anteku, Aogiri Tree in this week's episode. And, the transformation, how everything happened in last week's episode would have been a lot more anticlimactic. Or, it wasn't necessarily anticlimactic, but we all thought there was going to be something after it, and there just wasn't. Overall, it comes down to, the anime review. As a standalone, I will not deny that this was very entertaining. I don't think it's as bad as everybody keeps saying it is. It is a lot better. I've seen worse. That's how I can put it. It's not necessarily one of the best of this season, not by a long shot, but it was entertaining. It was good, and I will say that about Tokyo Ghoul. If I had to give Tokyo Ghoul a rating off the top of my head, as a standalone, I would still probably give it somewhere from a 6.5 to a 7. As an adaptation, from what I've read, there's so much that they've skipped out on, and they've rushed it so much. So as an adaptation, I'd give it a 5.5. But, like I said, if you want to watch this anime, by all means, go watch it. Just don't read the manga unless you want to figure out what's going on afterwards. So, that's it. Character development was something that I felt like this series missed. And that was mainly because, they only had 12 episodes and they had to rush it. But we also get, the realization of, the Doctor. Why Kaneki, or at least that Kaneki was made to a ghoul, like everybody said he was. Blah, 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 blah. I will say the last line, or one of the lines that Kaneki said, just I can always surpass you. I mean, come on, guys. That was good. That was good. I do love how Kaneki turned into a badass. But anyways, I think that's it. Last thing I think I'm going to do on Tokyo Ghoul, I may put a review out. My plan was to get, reviews out for all to most of the summer anime that I finish, and just send it off like that. So, do an episode review, and then end it like this. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces!